Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're starting your day off in a magnificent way on this Monday. Grab your beverage. Today I am choosing the mug Live, Laugh, nope. Yes, Live, Laugh, Love. Live, Laugh, Love. I think it was a good message today. So, how are you? How is it going? Are you starting your day off like meh? Are you looking for a better way? Well, I'm here to share with you some of the things that I do to make my day go a little bit better, to get rid of the brain fog, get my body healthier in order to get more done in a better way and feel good about it. So, what do I do? These are simple. These are super simple. And if you come on and you have something that you do to keep yourself healthy, please share it. So the first thing I do is actually the night before. I attempt to get in bed and be asleep by 10 o'clock. What? Yeah, I used to be a late owl. Is it called a night owl? A night owl. And I used to go to bed between 11 and 11:30, sometimes midnight. And in my health journey, and looking to release weight and get healthier, I realized I was doing everything right. And then a doctor pointed out, but Amy, you're not getting the right sleep. I said, well, I sleep 8 hours, right? 8 hours is 8 hours. But I was waking up tired. And what I found was going to bed by 10 o'clock, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., our bodies repair, replenish, and rejuvenate our cells on the cellular level between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. And I would say, I was like, bullshit, right? I was like, that's crap. How can my body know what time it is? But it does. It does. It knows by the circadian rhythm of the sun. And so I do everything that I can in order to at least get in bed and fall asleep as close to 10 o'clock as I can so that my body has a chance to repair, replenish my cells. And you know what happened as a result of this? My brain fog, poof. My weight dropped, all from going to bed a little earlier. And is it easy? No, it's not easy. Do I love it? No, I don't, because I get a lot of stuff and a lot of pleasure in my evenings. And yet it has had a huge impact on my health and my well-being. And so that is how I start my healthy journey, is the night before. The morning of, I get up, I do my gratitudes. You know, I'm real big about gratitudes, and I feel them, whatever that gratitude is. And then I put on my shoes and I head out I get dressed and head out the door with my dog, Duncan. And we go for about a 30-minute walk. Why? Because number one, it's good to move my body. Number two, it's really good to be out in nature, to get that sunlight, to get my body, my circadian rhythm set so that I can fall asleep come 10 o'clock at night. Yes? Yes. So that's the second thing that I do. I also make sure that I drink a ton of water. I go for about 3/4 to a gallon of water a day. And coffee and tea don't count because coffee and tea are dehydrating. So I don't count my coffee in the morning, or if I have a tea later in the day, I don't count that. I go for 8, it comes out to be about 3/4 to a gallon of water. Depends on how big your cups are, your bottles. I do water bottles, and I fill them up the night before, and I know that if I drink a certain number that I've hit my amount that I want to hit for my water. And doing just those 3, going to bed by 10 o'clock, getting out in nature first thing in the morning, and getting plenty of water has been an incredible game changer. Now, I do a lot of other things, but if we can just start with one of them, if I had to choose one, just one, I would say sleep. Because believe it or not, that's the foundation of our health. Sleep is where our bodies rest and repair and fight off whatever the bugs and viruses that it comes in contact with. It gets stronger when we sleep. So getting to sleep by 10 is paramount. If you only do one thing, that would be my one thing. If you can put in one more, I would get out in nature first thing in the morning. The very first thing is to get out in nature. And then start drinking some water. Start replacing one of your coffees with water or soda with water. Just one. I'm not saying drink a gallon, but just drink more water and see if that helps on your health journey. Now, all over TikTok, I kept seeing this tea that people were making, and they were swearing by the health benefits. So I went ahead and ordered the ingredients. What were the ingredients? Jujubes. Now, not the candy, not the one that comes in the box with the gummies, not that, not those jujubes. But these, I didn't even know there was such a thing. So I learned that jujubes, they are a type of date. Can you see them? They're a type of date. They're red. And I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but Korean culture uses them to make a tea. And the way that they do this is they wash them off first. They cut them in half. They pull the pit out. Now the consistency is kind of foamy, like you would like a piece of foam, and it is sweet. It is sweet, but it's not like the dates I'm used to. I'm used to Medjool dates and figs, and it does not taste like that. It's sweet though. And it has a distinct flavor. And they put the jujubes in a pot of water. And the recipe I had also called for goji berries. Now, goji berries are a good source of iron. They are also really good for your health, have a lot of health benefits. So I took some of the goji berries, and I took some of the jujubes, and I put some garlic in a pot, and I boiled it. And then afterwards, they say to take the jujubes and smash them to get all the liquid, all the goodness out of them. And so I did that, and it made a tea. And you're supposed to drink the tea. So I have not started drinking. I just tasted it, but I haven't started drinking it yet. I made it last night. It is on my list of things to incorporate. It's sweet, so I don't really love sweet first thing in the morning. I have to be in the mood for something sweet, and normally back in the day that would be like pancakes with syrup, or French toast, yum. But this sweet tea, I would do it more for like a dessert after dinner, or in the afternoon when I wanted something sweet. I would choose to have the tea. And I'm really curious to see the benefits. They say it's good for your skin. They say it's good for your health. I am sure that there are plenty of nutrients and vitamins and benefits in these items. We know the benefits of ginger being anti-inflammatory. We know the benefits of goji berries, being a good source of iron. And I can't remember, is it also vitamin? What are the other things that goji? I should have looked it up. Yeah, a good source of vitamin C. A good source of vitamin C. And I know that there are benefits to these jujubes. And so I will let you know if I see any difference. And I don't know that I would see a difference in like a week, right? I don't know how much you have to take to see a difference or for how long. But I thought I would experiment with it. And I will report back what I find. But I'm wondering, what else do you do to support your health? Now, something else that I do is I get in an infrared sauna 3 days a week. And I do it for about 30 minutes. And when I'm really pressed for time, you know my motto, something is better than nothing. So if I can only do 15 minutes, I can only do 15 minutes. If I can only do 20 minutes, I can only do 20 minutes. If I can only do 10, I can only do 10. But something is better than nothing. So I get my fanny and a sauna 3 times a week. And what else do I do for my health besides the water, the walking outside in nature, fresh air, move the body. I don't have, right now I am working on sustaining my energy in order to start working out again. But I know working out is really good for our health, especially weights, picking up weights. I might actually buy a weighted vest. Then I kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. While I'm walking, I could be wearing a vest and have the benefit of the weight. Because there is a lot of science that says, weight training is a good thing for us, especially as we get older. But what else do you do? Do you do anything for brain health? I know a lot of people do Wordle or crossword puzzles or word searches or when I was on the plane, I downloaded these word scramble things where it gives a circle and it has, I think, about 5 letters in the circle. And then above it, it has all these different like squares that you fill in different words. You combine the letters, you attach them by dragging your finger around and connecting the letters to make words. I do that when I travel on the plane to, keep my brain active. Sudoku, any other kind of puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. Are you big into puzzles? Whether they're word or jigsaw or Sudoku or a crossword, they're supposed to be really good for our brains. And so, at this next chapter, I'm incorporating more healthy lifestyle items in order to support my health, because I want to be, if you've been following me a while, my goal is to be a healthy, vibrant centurion, which means I want to live to be a 100-year-old, but I don't want to be crepit, bent over, not able to move. I want to be able to be active, both mentally and physically, at 100 years old. And I know it's possible. I've seen people who are 100 years old, who still move, who still think, who still complete a sentence and get a lot of things done, who are active. And that's my goal. And in order for me to live out my life like that, I need to prepare and support my body now. It's the only vehicle I get. I always say to people, in America, we go through cars pretty regularly, right? Whether you keep a car for a year or 2 or you keep a car for 10 years, you have the ability to get a new car. But if you only got one car your entire life, think of how much better you would take care of that car if you were only able to get one car. You would do maintenance. You would do regular checkups. You would make sure that the paint isn't chipped so that it doesn't rust and erode. You would change the tires. You would change the oil. You would take much better care of that car if you knew you were only getting one. And in this lifetime, I only get one body. I don't get to this one's falling apart. I'm going to go to the store and get a new one. And so it's up to me to make sure that I take very good care of it. Everything from my skin to my eyes to my muscles to my bones to my mind has to be taken care of in order for me to live the life that I desire. And so that's what I do. I do as many things as I know to do that I can fit into my day, fit into my week, as possible. Now, let's face it, I don't want it to be a chore. So if it becomes obsessive, that's a different story. This is just something that I can create as a lifestyle. Hey, I am going to do a sauna 3 times a week. I'm going to go out and walk Duncan, 6 days a week, right? As many days as I possibly can. And it's in support of what I want. So my question is, what kind of aging process do you want? And what are you doing to get it? And what are you doing to get it? I need to make hard choices. If that means that I don't drink alcohol regularly, or I no longer drink soda, or I don't eat processed foods, or I cut out sugar and refined flour in order to give my body a fighting chance to make it to 100, that's what I do. It's not easy, and a lot of times it's not fun when I go to parties and the only option of yumminess is stuff I don't eat. But I make those hard choices because I want to live a certain lifestyle when I get older. So here's to us supporting our health. Here's to us living our dreams and doing what we need, the hard stuff, the uncomfortable stuff, as we learn more, incorporating more stuff in our lives in order to live a life we love.